Recording. All right. So today we're starting matrices. It's going to take us 2 days to do these notes, but this is really about 6 sections. I decided to summarize all of it into 2 days. Sound good? All right. So you're going to need your calculator for some of it, but most of it's easy by hand. So this is an example of a matrix. Okay. Matrices are labeled by rows and columns. So do you guys does anyone ever get confused on what a row and a column is? You guys get those mixed up? Row, think of row as row, row, row your boat. Gently down the stream. It's horizontal. And a column's like the columns of Rome. Hold up. You guys, are you with me? Columns hold up your house.
Yeah.
Okay, does that help?
Yeah.
All right. So this one has 2 rows and 3 columns. So over here, that's how you would name the matrix. So 2 by 3. Rows, columns. So you can put an R underneath this and a column here. Rows, columns. Any questions on that? Most matrices are designated by a capital letter. So this one says capital A, matrix A. You can say matrix B, matrix C, whatever you want to name it. So this thing right here is how you name an element, A21. So a lot of warehouses are organized by matrices. So they have things stored on shelves in different places. And they'll say, go find it. And they'll say, it's kind of like a library too. This section, this row kind of thing. So this is called element 21. What that means is row 2, column 1. So if I went up here and said, where is row 2, column 1? Here's row 2, and here's column 1. So that would be element 21 right there. You guys see that, row 2, column 1? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's how you're supposed to designate elements in the matrix. Now, to add and subtract, we're going to add, subtract today, multiply. We're going to find determinants, inverses, and solve systems of equations with matrices. That's what we're going to be doing. So adding and subtracting rules. You want to multiply. In order to add and subtract, you have to have the same dimensions. So you can only add like a 2 by 3 with a 2 by 3, or a 2 by 2 and a 2 by 2, something like that. They have to be the same. And you only add and subtract corresponding elements. So you can add element 21 to element 21 of the second matrix. Same corresponding. So the very first one is subtraction. What I like to do with subtraction is I like to make it a plus and then move a negative up like that, and then I distribute it through. So where it says 3 right now, I would change that to negative 3. Where it says 4, I would change that to negative 4. Where it says 2, negative 2. Now, where it says negative 2, I would change that to a positive 2, positive 6, and negative 7. So I change everything to its opposite, and then I add. But you don't have to add if you don't want to. If you like subtraction, just do subtraction. So what is 2 plus negative 3? And that is element 1, 1. And then you keep adding. So the next ones you would add is 3 and negative 4, which is also negative 1. Then you'd add negative 1 and negative 2, which is negative 3, 2, 10, negative 2. What do you guys think? Now, do you guys want to try this on the calculator? Sure, let's try it. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to go back to the originals. Here's the originals again. So we're going to call this matrix A, and we're going to call this matrix B. This is a 2 by 3. Do you guys understand that? 2 rows, 3 columns. They're both 2 by 3s. Okay, so you're going to go on your calculator. And on your calculator, you're going to look for second. Can you guys see this? Wait a minute. It's kind of weird. Let me put this down. Why is this so bright? All right. So you're going to look for second, and then this x negative 1 key. What's the word right above x negative 1? Matrix. So you're going to press second, x negative 1, and then at the top, you'll notice it says names, math, and edit. Go over to the right arrow to edit. Now, I have a bunch of stuff in mine. Does anyone else have stuff in theirs? Like I have 6 matrices stored in there right now. Does anyone else have it? I'm going to show you how to get rid of these right now. Because you can type over them if you want, but I don't like them. So I'm going to press second plus. And then where it says memory management delete, I'm going to press number 2. And then where it says matrix number 5, I'm going to press that. And it says I have stuff stored. It also tells you how much RAM you have free and all that stuff. So if you just press delete here at the top, delete, 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 I just got rid of all my matrices. Yep. You can delete things and clean up all your memory, get yourself some more storage. Okay? See right here? Group right here. You like that? You can save it for later. Okay. So let's go back to second matrix. Go back to edit. See how I have nothing in there now? You guys see how all my stuff is clear? All right, so we're going to press number 1. Go to edit, press number 1. And matrix A was a 2 by 3. So you're going to press 2, enter, 3, enter. See how you name it, 2 by 3? And it made you a 2 by 3 matrix. And then you're just going to put the numbers in. So you're going to press 2, enter, 3, enter, -1, enter, 0, enter, 4, enter, and 5, enter. So there's your first matrix. Questions on that? If you have any questions, just come over here and sit by me right when you're doing it, and I'll help you right away. Now I would go straight to second x -1, and I'm going to go back over to edit, and this time I'm going to press number 2 because I'm going to name this one matrix B, and I'm going to call this one a 2 by 3 by pressing 2, 3 enters. So now we're putting in the second one, which was 3, 4. I'm not putting in the ones I changed. I'm putting in the original ones. I don't know what just happened, but I just made an error. Boo-boo. So what did I do? Let's try this again. 2. Where did I stop? 3, 4, and 2. Somehow I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't do the last row right. -6 and 7. Okay, has everyone got that one entered? Questions so far? Now, what I like to do is right before I do any adding, multiplying, or subtracting, I like to press second mode. Mode's right here. You guys see? Right, I'm pointing right there. Do you guys see it? Second mode. It says quit above it. So basically, it quits everything that's on your screen. Press clear. And I like to have a clean screen before I do any calculations. So now, press second matrix. This is when you want to use the name column. We're going to say 1. And we're going to subtract second matrix 2. I want it to say A minus B. Press enter, and there's your answer. Questions? Did you not get it, Cole? You got it? Easy or hard, guys?
Easy peasy. I mean, it's easy to do it by.
All right, late. So on the ACTs, they've been adding matrices in the last 2 years. So almost everyone's told me there's at least one matrix question. I think there's going to be 1 to 2 of them coming up. Like they just started adding them a couple years ago. They weren't on that. Like 3 years ago, there was no matrices on there. So I think that's the reason I'm even trying to get this in here in case you take an ACT this summer. So at least you have time to get one right. All right. Now, this one right here, I think it's too easy to even punch in the calculator. I think we can add these. Go ahead and add these. This is a 2 by 2 and a 2 by 2. So your answer is going to be a 2 by 2. Go ahead and add example 2. And what do you get with that page? What do you get for your answer?
5, 0, 7, 1.
Beautiful. Questions? We're done with the adding and subtracting. Yay! All right, now we're going to multiplying. There's 2 types of multiplying. There's scalar multiplying and then multiplying a matrix by a matrix. Scalar multiplying is when they put a single number out front like this. So it's 4 times everything inside. So if you had a big one like 10 by 10 and you put a 3 out there, you could easily find all the answers by just punching in a computer calculator and it just gives you all the answers. Then you can add it to something else from there. Okay, so they do this all the time. Like if you had a bunch of people at a membership at a gym and you decided to, you know what everyone's paying, each family, and you decide to increase 25% to everyone's membership. You just put a 0.25 out front or 1.25 out front and just go all the way across and get everyone's new membership, and then you send out letters. You just say everyone is getting this letter with this increase. Okay, so it's a quick way of doing it. So anyway, this one's an easy one. This is just a 2 by 2 times 4. So basically it's 4 times 1/4, which is 1. 4 times 1/2, which is 2. 4 times 8, 4 times 5. Do you want me to show you that on the calculator? Now on this next one, they want you, this is matrix A and this is matrix B, and they want you to do 3A minus 2B. We're going to do this one on the calculator. These are always on the ACT test, something like this. This one right here could be a good example. So let's go ahead and enter A and B, but I'm going to first, because I don't like to type over, I'm going to press second plus 2, and I'm going to delete the ones I just put in there. Second plus 2, then 5. Then delete. Second plus 2, then 5. So now it's clear and ready to go. Edit. So we're going to go 1, and we're going to put in a 2 by 2, everybody. 2 by 2. That is a 2. Negative 1. 5 and 6. Then I'm going to press second matrix, edit, 2. Go to matrix B. 2 by 2. 7, 0. No, that's not 0. Let's go back up there. That's a negative 2. Then a 0. Then a 4. Does everyone have matrix B in there correctly? And what should I do now? Before I do calculations? Second mode. Clear screen. So what we're going to type in now is 3. Second matrix 1. That says 3A. Minus 2. Second matrix 2. 3A minus 2B. There's your answer. Did you guys get that? Now, I'm going to show you really quick. You don't have to do it by hand right now. But if you were doing this by hand, you would put a 3 out front here. Minus and put a 2 in front of this. Oh, can't see. And you would just distribute the 3 and you'd get 6, negative 3, 15, 18. Plus, I would distribute negative 2 with this. So I'd get negative 14, 4, 0, and negative 8. And then I would add those to get negative 8, 1, 15, 10. And that should be the answers we just had on the calculator. So it would not be hard to do by hand. Personally, when I give you guys, I'm going to give you a regular calculator test. I mean, a non-calculator and a calculator matrices, but it'll be one side, each side, quick, easy. Some of you guys will be annoyed at just punching these in. It's like, God, this is too easy. I'm just doing it by hand. Because it actually is annoying to keep typing in matrices over and over again. At least I get annoyed. You guys get annoyed? Yeah, I'm already annoyed. Just kidding. I'd rather just do it by hand. All right, so we're on page 2. Yay! Moving right along. So multiplying is different than adding and subtracting. First of all, A plus B in a matrix is the same thing as B plus A, but A minus B is not the same thing as B minus A. A minus B is not the same as B minus A in real numbers or matrices. In multiplying, 3 times 2 is the same thing as 2 times 3, right? But in a matrix, A times B is not the same thing as B times A. Sometimes you can't even do it the other way. So this is how you first have to know if you're allowed to multiply. So matrix A, you're going to know your rows and columns. So we're going to call this, I want everyone to put a little 1 in here. R sub 1, C sub 1. This is matrix 1, or matrix A. Actually, you know what? Let's call it matrix A, RA, and CA. That would be rows of matrix A and columns of matrix A. And then in matrix B, we'll call it RB and CB. Rows in matrix B, columns in matrix B. In order to see if you're allowed to multiply, the columns in the first one must be the same as the rows in the second one. So in other words, CA must be equal to RB. If they are equal, then you're allowed to do it. If these are not the same number, you cannot multiply. Your answer, so it says right here, number 1, columns of A must equal the rows in B. That's in words. The product is going to be the outside numbers. So if these two numbers match up, your product will be the outside numbers. So your answer would be rows in A times columns in B. In other words, it'd be row A times column B. This would be your final answer. Rows in A times columns in B. Woo! Okay. So am I allowed to multiply A and B in this example? Example 5. How many rows do we have? So this is row 1, row 2, row 3, and this is column 1, and this is column 2. So how would I name that matrix? How many rows and how many columns? This is a 3 by 2. So over here to the side, I'm going to say 3 by 2, matrix A. Okay? What is matrix B? A 2 by 2. So the inside numbers must be the same, are they? Yes. Your answer, though, is the outside numbers. So your answer is a 3 by 2. The product's going to be a 3 by 2. These must be equal. And then your answer will be the outside numbers. What do you guys think? Can you remember that? So what does a 3 by 2 look like? It looks like this one. Your answer is going to look like this. So you get the answer set up. So our answer is going to have 3 rows. And it's going to have 2 columns. Our final answer. So our final answer will have 6 elements. And here's how you do it. I want you to label the first one R1, R2, R3, and I want you to label the second one's columns. Column 1 and column 2. I don't even care if you label the columns in the first one. We need to do rows. We're doing multiplying rows in the first one times columns in the second one. So what you do first is I'm going to circle row 1. I want everyone to circle row 1, 2, and 3. And then I want you to circle column 1 of matrix B. The combination of these 2 circles of these numbers are going to give you the first answer in this little corner right here. So the first answer right here is everything from row 1 and column 1. Guys see that? Row 1 from the first one and column 1 of the second one. Here's row 1, here's column 1. So what you do is you go 2 times 5 plus 3 times negative 3. So you do 2 times 5 plus 3 times negative 3. I'm going to write that down. We're going to go 2 times 5 plus 3 times negative 3. So you're taking this first element times this one, and then you're taking this 3 times this one, and you're adding them together. So what is my first answer? 1. So I'm just going to make another matrix over here. Okay, then I want you to circle this one. I need a different color. I don't think I have a red. Wait a minute. I think I have purple. Actually, you know what? Let me see if this orange highlighter works. We'll just do this one in orange highlighter. This is column 2. All right, that really just canceled the letters. Now I can't even see them. But we're back to row 1. So right here, this is row 1, column 2. Do you guys see this? I need more space. But R1 is 2 times 4. You guys see that? Plus 3 times 2. 2 times 4. I'm going to write this down. 2 times 4. I'm going to have to go outside this matrix. Plus 3 times 2. 2 times 4 and 3 times 2. Add them together. What do you get? You get 8 and 6, which is 14. At this point, guys, row 1 is done. Do you guys see that? So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to cross this out. I'm not using 2 and 3 ever again. And now I'm going to circle row 2 because now we're in row 2. And we're going to go back to column 1. So now we have row 2, column 1 because this is where that is. We're at row 2, column 1. You guys see that? So row 2 is 4 and 6 and column 1 is 5 and negative 3. So you're going to go 4 times 5 plus 6 times negative 3. So it's 20 and negative 18 or 2. You guys want to try the next number? It's 4 and 6 times 4 and 2. It's row 2 and column 2 because it says row 2, column 2. So anytime you do column 2, I'm going to make this orange. Everything in this one, we're using this one in the orange. So this is 4 and 4 and 6 and 2, which is 16 and 12 or 28. And row 2 is done. Now I'm circling row 3. These are both negative, so be careful. We have negative 1 times, we're back to column 1, guys. We're in row 3, column 1. Row 3, column 1. Here's row 3. Here's column 1. So you have negative 1 times 5 plus negative 2 times negative 3, which is negative 5, and 6, which is 1. And then the last one, I'm done with column 1 now, is negative 1 times 4 plus negative 2 times 2, for a total of negative 8. A little bit harder than adding, right? Now, you guys, a lot of people are looking at the clocks. I don't know that anyone's even listening to me right now. But this one definitely is going on your test. It's going to be 6. You're going to get 1 point per element. That's a 6-point problem. Monday. I'm teaching it today and tomorrow, and your quiz is Monday. There's no review. Oh yeah, 10 a.m. tomorrow, review Friday. Yes, I keep thinking today. I keep thinking today's Thursday.
What are we doing Tuesday through Friday?
Well, we're not supposed to watch movies, but we can either all bring. We can bring board games in. We could play euchre. I could teach everyone in here how to play euchre.
I know how to play euchre.
Dude, I'm down to learn how to play.
Do you guys want to learn how to play euchre?
Yes.
I could teach you all how to play euchre. We could have 4 groups of 4 stationed around the room,
Literally, I'm so
or we could watch a movie. I don't really care if I get in trouble.
Edit that part out from the video.
Or we could go outside every day and play kickball,
I'm down with
Kickball might be insane.
wiffle ball, pickleball.
Yes, wiffle ball, wiffle ball.
Who-
Love
What do you guys want to do?
wiffle ball. Love wiffle
Actually, I shouldn't be videoing that saying I don't care. Sorry, I do care. I do. All right. I want you guys to multiply these on the calculator now. Ready? I want you guys to put these in the calculator. Where was I? I'm going back to this page. So before I wrote all over it, here's A and B. Can you guys go ahead and put these in? You messed something up?
Yeah, because
Second matrix.
there's like a multiplication sign before the A. I don't know how to undo it.
Come here. I'm like, I don't care. I'm on video. Oh, that's the three.
You can just trim that part.
Wait, how do you clear it again?
Clear the things. Second plus.
Let's go second plus
Remanagement.
2.
Second.
Matrix.
Five.
Yes.
Let's delete.
Well, you know what? Cole, I don't want to type it in. Second matrix.
This should be okay. Let's go ahead and read. I have to do the same thing.
Yeah,
Second.
do you like watch videos?
Last year I had a study hall. And that was a study hall where they didn't let you do anything. And I had a calculator.
This is what my son does. He's just like my son Chase. Chase just likes to look at the calculator.
Bro, I'm not
This is what I did.
good for you.
All right, this is a 3 by 2. Did you guys understand why it's a 3 by 2? So 2. You kind of know if you did.
Oh, come on, I was doing the other one. I just did example 6. I was like, what? I thought it was a 3 by 3.
All right, and I'm going to put second matrix B in, edit.
It's okay.
Anyone need help? Guys, if you're sitting there right now and say, I really don't know what she's done today, please come up here and let me help you. I know it's the end of the year and you guys don't want to listen to anything I'm saying right now. But this is going to help you at least for one question on the ACT. Okay, I have everything in, so I'm going to press second mode, quit the screen. We want A times B, so second matrix 1 times second matrix 2. Oops, something just happened. Second matrix 1 times second matrix 2. And there's our answer. Were we right?
Yeah.
Now, I want to show you guys what would happen if you did B times A. Because 2 times 3 is supposed to be the same as 3 times 2, right? Supposed to? We're going to put second matrix B in this time. Times, I want you guys to see what it looks like when it doesn't work.
Why doesn't it work?
I'll tell you in a second. It says error, dimension mismatch. That's because if you did B times A, you would be doing a 2 times 2 times a 3 by 2. And do you see how the inner numbers don't match?
That makes sense.
So that you were not allowed to multiply them in that order. It would have to be A times B because you wouldn't be able to get it the other way. Make sense? All right. So now we're going to, because these are the hardest ones, we're going to practice one more time.
I already found the answer.
You can do it on the calculator first so you know what the answer is, and then you can do it by hand to see if your answer matches.
We're gonna have to calculate on the test.
For one part, you're going to have a non-calculator portion.
Okay.
So am I allowed to multiply these guys? Inner numbers match. So what's my final answer? 3 by 1. I just don't have enough room to show my work. So what I did by hand, are you guys entering on the calculator first?
Yeah.
All right, let me grab real quick. Uh-huh. It does. Hey guys, wait a minute. Hold that thought. There is another way with these new calculators you can do matrices. Can I show you guys real quick? All right, let me clear this.
Are you still doing the video?
Yep. All right, ready? Watch. If you press alpha, and then press zoom. You guys see this rows and columns?
Oh my goodness, that is so cool.
So this was a 3 by 3, right? So you go down. Why won't this move?
You have to go up first.
I do?
Yeah, because the cursor
How
is
do
on
you
the
change
okay.
it?
Oh, okay. I have to go up first and then press enter.
Second zoom.
And then go over here.
Alpha zoom.
Press enter. So this is a 3 by 3, and then you press enter. Or no? How do I do it from here?
Then you go down to okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't ever do it on this one. Okay, I just see I already messed up. You can tell I don't do it on this very
How do
often.
you do it, Justin?
You alpha zoom, then you choose the dimensions.
How do I go to okay?
It's on okay.
Where's
Oh.
my okay? I don't have
Dotted
okay.
line.
All right, so this is that. All right, so watch.
For a thing.
3, negative 6, 7, 8, negative 1, 5, negative 2, 0, and 4. Oh my God, what am I doing?
This is so cool.
I don't even know what just happened to my matrix. I wasn't looking. Something just happened. I'm not very good at this, as you can tell.
So it's 3 by 3.
And you go down to okay.
What did I just do? I was
Oh
on
my
it.
god.
Instead of hit enter.
Anyway, I can't even do it that way. It's too much.
This is kind of cool.
It is, but I still think the other way is easier.
Yeah,
Did you do it times the other one?
Yeah.
And it should work.
Like 71 or 2 negative
71 what?
102.
70, 102, negative 4.
So it works that way too. It is easier unless the ones that I give you on the test, I might give you 8 of them to enter, and then the test is what's A times B, what's B plus C, and you just go like that, and they're already stored, and you don't have to retype them in. So it depends how many you're trying to do. If you're doing a system for a company, you're going to want to save them somewhere. All right. So you guys have the answer. Let's do it by hand. Are you guys ready? So what you're going to do is row 1 times column 1. Well, there is only one column over here. So it's 30. I have it right here. 3 times 10. Plus negative 6 times negative 2. Plus 7 times 4. I have it all written right here. And that is 30, 42, and 28. That's 70. Is that what you guys got for your first number? Now, I'm done with row 1, so I'm going to circle row 2. So it's 8 times 10 plus negative 1 times negative 2 plus 5 times 4. So it's, well, we got 80 and we got 20. That's 100. And 2. 102. And the last one is negative 2 times 10 plus 0 plus 4 times 4. So what is that, negative 4? Is that what you guys got? Okay. Who understands multiplying by hand and on calculator?
Wait, so if we do this by hand, then how do we get the numbers? You guys can do all that math and you add it up.
You do all this math. I just wrote it down.
I won't be able to punch into the calculator like that.
You're going to have a non-calculator and a calculator, but we'll have time to practice, guys. We'll have time to practice.
Left that fast with my time.
All right. There are 3 more things. There's determinants, inverses, and systems that we're going to do. Determinants is also rotations, how you can rotate a figure using matrices. Like if you have a triangle on a program, and if you want to rotate it, which people do all the time, right? For drawings, you can rotate it by multiplying by 1, 0, 0, 1, and it changes things and it rotates it. There is that section. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to that though.
What was it called? I remember it having a special name. Like that type of matrix.
It's a rotational matrix.
How did you know that?
All right. First, we're going to do this.
Oh.
Are you guys ready? Determinants. How many people got an Alex question that says find the determinant? Very easy. There's a button on the calculator. So a determinant is the same thing as saying what is the value of the matrix. It's a single number. You'll have a single value. So your answer might be 12 or 10. The way you get it, if you have a 2 by 2, is to cross multiply. It's A times D minus B times C. I have it right here. Formula. AD minus BC. On the calculator, everyone press second x negative 1 right now. Go over to math across the top. And number 1 says determinant. You see that? Now, if you have a 3 by 3, it gets a little bit trickier. I will be giving you one of these on a non-calculator because it's fun math to me. First of all, there are signs assigned to every member of a matrix. There's sign values. So if you have a 3 by 3, not only do you have to, you're going to pick a row or column. It doesn't matter which one. So if you pick this row right here, this plus goes with this one. This minus doesn't mean subtract. It means take the opposite of whatever this current number is. Take the opposite of that, and then positive means keep it the same. So it's like same, change, same. Don't think of them so much as positive, negative. Think of them as same, change, same.
Like change sign.
Yeah. Okay? So you're going to pick any row or column, and then you're going to assign a positive or negative, which means same, change, same. And then each one of these numbers, A, B, and C, are going to be assigned a 2 by 2 matrix. Like right here. And I'm going to go over that when we do one. So first, everyone go down to example 7. This is a 2 by 2. Now, you can only find determinants for 2 by 2s, 3 by 3s, and 4 by 4s, and 5 by 5s. Those are called square matrices when they have the same rows and columns. So you can only do a determinant if you have the same rows as the columns. They're called square matrices. So this is a 2 by 2. So these are easy. What's 5 times 4? Minus. Now, the reason it's a minus, guys, is because of that sign change, that keep, change, that stuff. But we don't even think of it. This one's so easy, we don't even think about it. But the reason there's a minus is because this is the second number. So what's negative 2 times 1? So you have minus that. So this is going to end up being a positive 20 and 2. 22. Punch that in your calculator right now. 2 by 2. Then go back to second matrix, over to math. All right, everyone ready? Second matrix. Go over to edit. Put in a 2 by 2. All right, 5, negative 2, 1, and 4, right? There's the matrix. Everyone got that entered? I don't know if this works with the alpha Zoom thing. It does? Okay. I don't even know. All right, here we go. I'm pressing second quit. I always, before I do any calculations, clear my screen. I'm going to go second matrix. We're going to go over to math. We're going to press 1. We're going to press second matrix 1. So it says determinant of A. Your answer is 22. Questions? Okay, let's do this next one. First by hand. Okay, how do you do it?
3 times 2 minus 0 times 1, which is
Just 6. Do we want to do this on the calculator? Now, the 3 by 3 is definitely easier on the calculator than by hand. But we are going to do it by hand right now.
How do you?
All right. There's not a lot of room, so you got to write really small. Pick a row or column. Now, if I was doing this one, if there's ever a 0 involved, pick the row or column that has 0. So your choices right now are to pick this column or this row. Which one would you guys want to pick? The row? So I want everyone to circle this. Now I want you guys to write -2, 1, and 0 right down here. Then I want you to go to the sign chart for a 3x3, which is right here. Do you guys see the sign chart?
Well, we have the sign chart.
Would that change it to a
Okay, you're not going to have the sign chart, but it's easy because you always start with a positive and then they alternate. Always start with positive and alternate. Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. You just alternate. So you are in this row right here. You're in this row right here. So this is change, keep the same, change. So go down here. This is change. Right now it's -2, so now it's going to be +2. The second one is keep the same. The third one is change, but it doesn't matter anyway because it's 0. Then I want you to put a little absolute value sign, and we're going to put a 2x2 in all of these. Now the 2x2 comes from here. What you're going to do, guys, do you guys see the -2 right here? -2 is in this row, and it's in this column. I mean, that row and that column. So the only numbers left are 5, 6, and 3 and -3. You guys see that? So that's your 2x2. So you're going to write 5, 6 right here. 5, 6, 3, -3. Now the 1 is in column 2, and it's in row 2. So if I cover those up, what's left? 4, 6, and 2, -3. 4, 6. Do you guys understand that? And then I don't even really care about 0 because 0 times anything is 0. But if I did do 0, I would cancel this column and row 2, which would be 4, 5, 2, and 3. Now, we're going to cross multiply and do the 2x2s. So this is 2 times -15 minus 18, which is 2 times -33, which is -66. Then you're going to cross multiply here and get -12 minus 12, which is -24 times 1. And this last one is just 0. So your answer should be what, 90? -90. Now I want you guys to punch this in your calculator real quick and see if you get -90. I did that kind of fast, but I have one on the back that I'm going to have more room for. Second matrix, edit, 3x3. Four, 5, 6. And you guys, you can use any row, any column to do this. It works for any of them. There's my matrix. I'm going to go second mode, second matrix, math, determinant, second matrix A, answer -90. So tomorrow we're going to practice. We're going to pick up there and practice some more.